And one thing you mentioned a couple times in sharing there is the idea of the value of relationships. And I think all of us understand in education how valuable it is to build that positive relationship with a student. If you can just maybe briefly describe how does the tools, strategies, perspectives of RCD allow to build those meaningful relationships, and not just in the good times, but when you've got to address a challenging behavior, how are we still able to stay relational using the tools of RCD?
I think the first thing is, the students, the first thing I noticed was the students being like, wait, the teacher's talking to me, the teacher's asking me what's wrong. It's last year they just said, get out of my room. So I think it was just a little bit of a shock to the students of just because the teacher talked to them or asked them what was wrong, or I think the students are saying, man, maybe they really do care. Maybe I didn't really diagnose our relationship that well. And the thing I saw was just that the students were like, wow, the teacher, cared about me enough to ask me what was going on. And sometimes you ran into, sometimes, it's not 100% foolproof. I mean, there's times where a kid is so upset or whatever that they need to be, sent out of the room and maybe dealt with at a later date, let them cool down and all those different things and the strategies. But, really that was, the shift that I saw was the students noticing different way teachers handled things. And then the teachers really seeing, oh, the students talked to me and they listened, and I guess they weren't mad at me. They had a bad morning, and it was really, I needed to, walk them through. So I think it was a learning process for everybody, honestly, with the way we approached it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. We see with a lot of the schools we work with across our nation that, when you're able to provide a tangible tool for your brain to go to in that fight, flight, or freeze when I'm dealing with that really difficult student or challenging behavior, it brings down a lot of my stress and anxiety and willingness to step in and address it and coach and support and be that spotter. And so that's incredible to hear that it seems like staff now is willing to jump in, or more willing to jump in, because they do have that tool to work with students.